Hey there, and welcome back to the deep dive. Really glad you could join us.
Yeah, great to be here. Today we're diving into something I think a lot of you are focused on. Really getting those English speaking skills up a notch.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we're looking at one particular way, sort of one approach to structuring a conversation, specifically designed to help learners.
Right. It gives us a glimpse into certain techniques and the kind of overall energy that this approach values.
Mm.
So, our mission today, let's just quickly cut straight to what this approach highlights as like the core elements.
Yeah, let's pull out the main focus, the methods it suggests, and that general vibe it describes.
Exactly. So, you can see what this perspective emphasizes for becoming, a more confident, fluent speaker.
Okay, let's unpack this then. First thing that jumps out, it really hammers home confidence.
Oh, totally.
It feels like the absolute bedrock, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like just getting over that hump, that fear of opening your mouth.
It really is. And what's interesting is how this way of thinking connects confidence directly to using, real life language,
Yes.
everyday stuff.
Right. It's not about sounding like a textbook. It's about actually participating in
The
conversations.
huge part of that, they suggest, is making the whole process enjoyable, fun even.
Uh-huh. The tone.
The source really talks up, the tone needs to be friendly, supportive, conversational, maybe even a little bit of humor thrown in.
Like chatting, but you're secretly learning. Or maybe not so secretly.
Uh-huh, exactly.
And if you think about the bigger picture here, the idea seems to be that the feeling around the interaction, the environment, is actually a powerful tool itself.
Right.
It's educational, sure, but it's delivered in a way that feels natural. It encourages you to take risks, maybe try out a word you're not sure about without feeling judged.
That makes sense. Laughter and support probably help things stick better, reduce that anxiety.
That seems to be the thinking, yeah. Okay, so beyond the general vibe and confidence,
Yeah.
what about specific techniques? This approach highlights some, right? Like repetition.
Yes, repetition is a big one. Repeating phrases, sentences over and over.
Why is that seen as so effective? Just simple repetition.
Well, the implication is it's about training your brain for like speed and automaticity.
Mm.
The
Yeah.
idea is you repeat it enough times, it takes less mental effort to actually say it smoothly when you need it in a real chat.
Reduces that processing time. I remember that funny example they shared about practicing "where is the bathroom" in like different accents.
Uh-huh, yeah. Just to make the repetition less dull, I guess, while still building that muscle memory, that speed.
Yeah, that stuck with me. Okay, so repetition for speed. What else?
They also bring up shadowing,
Shadowing.
which is basically mimicking native speakers. You listen closely to their rhythm, their intonation, the melody of the language.
Did try to copy it.
Exactly. And another technique they really push is practicing thinking directly in English.
Oh, yeah, that's huge. Stopping that constant translation running in your head, that definitely slows you down.
Right. It's a major bottleneck.
So how does this approach suggest learners actually work on that? Thinking in English.
It doesn't lay out like a 5-step plan necessarily, but the whole approach seems designed to nudge you towards it.
How so?
By focusing so much on real-life phrases, on using language immediately in a conversational way, it kind of encourages you to link ideas directly to the English words.
Instead of going through your first language as a middleman.
Precisely. Building those direct pathways.
And it also feels like active participation is key here, right? Even if you're just listening to this kind of conversation, the idea is to maybe try speaking along, repeating things.
Absolutely. The implication is strong that you need to be active, which, raises that interesting question.
Uh-huh.
Just how much does actually doing it, even if it feels awkward or clumsy at first, accelerate things compared to just, say, passively listening?
Good question.
This approach definitely leans hard into the idea that you need to get your mouth moving. Imperfect practice is better than no practice.
Okay, so wrapping this up, what does this mean for you, listening right now, wanting to boost your speaking?
Well, based just on what this specific approach emphasizes, the core message seems to be build your confidence first.
Right.
Engage with English in a way that feels low pressure, maybe even fun. Focus on authentic, everyday language first. Maybe don't sweat the complex grammar rules right away.
And actively use those techniques.
Yeah.
Repetition for speed, shadowing for rhythm.
And making that conscious effort to think directly in English.
Yeah. Understanding how this one approach structures learning around confidence, real language, a supportive feel, and these active techniques might spark some ideas for your own learning path.
Definitely. Maybe it makes you think differently about finding a speaking partner or what kind of videos or audio you look for.
Does it feel welcoming? Does
Well,
it actually encourage you to speak out loud?
or maybe it just gives you a lens to look at what you're already doing. Do your current resources kind of align with these ideas?
And here's a thought to leave you with. If structuring conversations this way, using active practice, even using a bit of humor, if that can be so effective for language,
Uh-huh.
what other skills could you maybe learn more effectively just by tweaking how you interact or practice in your everyday life?
That's definitely something to mull over.
Indeed it is. Thanks so much for joining us for this deep dive.